But they're not the only lawmakers who are taking on the threats from Beijing. Let's bring in Republican Congressman Michael Waltz, National Guard colonel and former Green Beret commander, who has a plan to crack down on private schools here in the United States owned by groups with ties to the Chinese government. Congressman, always good to see you. Good to have you here today.
Thanks, Martha.
And obviously this select committee is aimed, I think, in many ways at letting the American people know the scope of threats that we face in the country, because there have even been some military assessments that the United States does not have clear eyes, the people across the country, about how big this threat is right now. You're focused on this school issue. Tell us about that at the top here.
Well, Martha, so, I'm on the Armed Services Committee. Obviously, we're focused on the military threat, on the intelligence community with Chinese espionage. But this new China Select Committee will really put a spotlight on the soft power and the influence operations that Chinese Communist Party have right here at home, in academia, in Hollywood, in Wall Street, and our local governments. And in this case, not only are they buying up our farmland, our pharmaceutical supplies, our rare earth minerals, but they're also buying up our private schools and our military schools, some of which even have junior ROTC programs. So this committee will shine a spotlight on things like that. I've introduced a bill today that will ban any school that is owned by China from having a junior ROTC program that's producing our future military officers. And that's nothing against these kids or cadets or the teachers, but we have to appreciate when you have a school that's owned by a Chinese Communist Party member, that then becomes a propaganda platform, or has the potential to, much like TikTok, much like their attempt, for example, to buy Forbes and other media outlets. And we need to wake up as a country to the fact that the Chinese Communist Party is not our friend. They are seeking to supplant us, and they are seeking to replace democracy and capitalism with their one-party form of rule techno-state that also has socialism with what they call Chinese characteristics. And their chairman, Xi, has laid out a strategy to conduct just that, either militarily or through influence operations.
I only have a minute, but I think there's a lot of people at home going, what? What? The Chinese government owns schools? I mean, we know about the investment in colleges across the country that have come from some Chinese funds, but, 45 seconds, just answer that question for people before we close the show here.
We know they own a number of schools, including the New York Military Academy that President Trump attended in high school. And what we've asked is the Defense Department to uncover at least how many of them are also having ROTC programs that feed into our military. This is the tip of the iceberg, Martha, just like the farmland, pharmaceutical, and all these other issues that we have to expose and combat against.
Yeah. Well, we have agencies that are designed to prevent the wrong foreign entities from owning anything in the United States. So it sounds like they might be slipping up a little bit in some of these areas, and we need to drill down on that in a big way. Congressman, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Always
Martha.
good to see you. Thanks for being here.